Hello everyone and welcome to the part 2 of the mini course. As I promised, in this part we will talk about the QM setup in full detail and trading QM levels like a pro. Okay, so in this video we will cover how the setup actually looks like and different confirmations, precise entry, which is very interesting, and also the art of combining it with other concepts. And ultimately we're going to have some live trades, and then we're going to have a full recap of what we learned. So we're going to cover the QM setups fully in this video, so make sure you hit that like button, okay, and watch this video till the end because that's super interesting. So let's get it started. We're going to start this off with the QMR level in lower time frame. Okay, so basically the QMR is the same QM level. Okay, the R here stands for reverse, so this means QM reversal. So this is how it goes. This is the market going up, retracement, and this is the ABC. Okay, so you already know what ABC is, so I'm not going to explain it again. Okay, this is ABC, and then all of a sudden we break the previous low, so it creates us the QMR level. After breaking this low, then we will have QM. Before breaking that, there's not going to be anything called QM. Okay, so if we don't break this yet, it's not going to be the QM level yet. So then after having the QM level, the price will go here and drop. Okay, so we will talk about that in full detail, so I'm not going to jump into that. So this is also same for the buy. After breaking the previous swing, we will have the QM level created. This is ABC to the downside, and this is the previous swing, or we can call it a base as well. All right, then we will have this area activated for going potential buy trades. Okay, so this is the setup we will see in the lower time frame, and then we will have the higher time frame confirmation for perfect winning ratio. So you see this in 1 minute chart and you are like, okay, I will take this trade, but how you can have one more confirmation for your trade? We will use a higher time frame confirmation for that. Okay, it means that you will go to the 3 minute chart and you have to find your confirmation. If you see the confirmation, this is safe to take your trade. If you don't see your confirmation, you just avoid the trade. Okay, so now what is the confirmation? Pretty simple. What is this? This is an engulfing pattern. This is a bearish engulfing pattern. Everybody knows that this is engulfing. And if you see this at the 3 minute time frame, and if you switch to the 1 minute time frame, you see the QMR setup, which means that you can take this trade. This is a higher time frame confirmation. Okay, so when you see this at the 3 minute time frame, which means that every single candle is 3 minutes, you can count on this QMR setup. Okay, so you go to the 1 minute time frame again and you wait for the price to come up. When the price comes here, you enter the trade and the price will drop. Okay, and the way it looks at the 3 minute time frame is pretty interesting. Okay, so you already know that this is the retracement point for this engulfing pattern, right? And this retracement point is exactly lined up with this entry for us. All right, that sounds interesting, right? So the candle is going to move like this. It goes up to the QM level. In this case, this is exactly the QM level, this level right here. Okay, it goes up here, we enter the trade, and then it comes down and close. Okay, with this shadow. This is how it looks like at the higher time frame. And now you can understand that every single concept and every move in the market has a reason. Okay, so this shadow right here has a reason because it wants to pick up the sellers up here at the QM level. So now I want to show you this shadow as a green line, just like this one. This is exactly this one. And then after that we have sellers in the market as and then we will come with this candle. I draw this with green. I want you to visualize this in your mind, that this green right here, it's exactly this shadow going up for this retracement point of this pattern. okay, and then drops because of this QM. All right, this is how it looks like when you're trying to take your trade with higher time frame confirmation. Okay, we have also the same for the buyers. Okay, let me just clean this up. This is the buy setup, exactly like the previous one. And now at the higher time frame, in this case at the 3-minute time frame, we will see that we have an engulf. Okay, then the price comes down here to this QM level and then goes up, and exactly at the higher time frame we see this one. Okay, that's how you can confirm your trade. Okay, now you might ask, okay, so should we necessarily see this candle after the engulf? No, it's I don't mean that you exactly should see a hammer. What I'm trying to say is, oh, hold on. What I'm trying to say is, if I go back, okay, so you are trying to enter right here, and this candle comes down here, it pricks you up, okay, and then it might go up and close some like this as a I don't know, red one. Okay, it doesn't matter. The only thing matters is here. We go for our trade here, and it's closed somewhere here. We go for 2 or 3 minutes, right? So it doesn't matter what candle we're gonna get. The only thing matters that we have the perfect entry, and we win the trade. That's it. So I will also show you the lower time frame precisest entry as a lower time frame confirmation. So basically for these advanced setups that I'm trying to show you, we have both higher time frame and lower time frame confirmations. Okay, so this is about the higher time frame confirmation for QM buy. All right, now let's see a couple of examples. All right, you see this QM. It's pretty obvious. Look at this, A, B, C to the upside. All of a sudden we broke this, and then QM level activated. It comes up, picks up the sellers, and boom. Okay? The market is full of these QM levels. All right? Look at this. Is this still QM level? Yes, it is. A, B, C to the upside, broke this, and then came down. All right? Is this a QM level? Yes. Came down. But you know what? If I zoom in here, you see this ABC to the downside. This is like a extra point. You already know ABCs have strong supplies. Okay, I will give you this trade, as ABC break in this video. So you just have to wait for it. When we break this, we expect sellers, and now if you look, you also have the QM level right here, so it's a double confirmation for taking this trade. And also we have this gap up as well. I will give you all of this in today's video. Don't worry about that. Okay, so for now, just focus on this QM. You see how it is? 1 minute time frame, and how this looks like at the higher time frame. We want to get the higher time frame confirmation. Okay, let's see if we have that. All right, you see that this is 3 minute time frame. If you look at here, this is 3 minute chart. Cisco OTC, this is exactly the same chart. Okay, you see this engulf as higher time frame, and then when the market comes up, it rejects from here because it's a QM level in 1 minute time frame. Okay, of course we might have some setups that they don't have the higher time frame they don't have the higher time frame confirmation, but they still work. But we don't care about them because we want to take the best possible trades. We don't care if that's going to work. If it's still not a good trade for us if you don't have the confirmation. So don't confuse that. All right, so let's go to the next example. Oh my god, look at this. This is also a QM, right? This is also a QM, but do we have the confirmation? Let's check the confirmation. Do we see any engulf here? No, we don't. We don't see any engulf. Should we take this trade? Should we still count on the trade? Should we? No, we don't, because we don't have the confirmation. Okay, this is very important, guys. Okay, so this is about the confirmation for the QM setups. Now we're just going to move on and talk about some other topic, which is still related to the QM, okay? It's fast retest or late retest. QM setups, they are either fast retest or late retest. And now, what do I mean by late retest or fast retest? Look at this. We have this A, B, C, and then we break this, okay, QM level activated, and we are waiting for price to come up and take our sell trade. But look what price does. It comes up, reject again, comes up, and again rejects, okay, comes up, creates ABC to the downside, it goes up again. It's just playing around. It's playing around. It's not coming up super fast. It's not coming up like the previous example, very straightforward. It came up and then rejects. We enter the trade, okay? And now the market is just playing with us. It's not coming down. It means that it's late retest. It's gonna come up eventually, but it's super late. It's a late retest setup. It created, oh my God, look at this. It created this QM buy right here, it's the QM level, and then it came up, okay? So what it's trying to tell you is that all the market movements are basically switching between the setups, between buy and sell setups. So the market is always moving, okay? The market is not gonna stop. Never. It's not gonna stop. It's just constantly moving between the setups, and the trader is just taking advantage of the familiar movements of the market in their advantage and making money, okay? So in this case, market came up, but pretty late, right? Some people take this trade, some people don't. I suggest you just not count on the late retest QMs. But the fast ones, look at this. A, B, C, and then we break. We have the QM level activated. It comes up pretty straightforward. It comes up pretty fast. We checked the 3-minute time frame for the confirmation of engulf. We get the trade and boom. This is fast retest and this is late retest. We also I also want to show you some examples of that. Okay, look at this. This is a late retest QM, okay? Late retest. What about this one? Is this a late retest or is it a fast retest? We could say, if it was fast retest, it should break at this point and then come up and then drop. That would be fast, but for now, it's just a late retest. But should you take this? It depends. If you can add up other setups, for example, engulf needs retracement. It's one confirmation for this QM to take this. After checking the 3-minute time frame, okay? After checking the 3-minute time frame for the engulf, if you have that, and you see that it's late retest, okay? And then you have this ABC to the downside, so you know that this is a supply area, okay? So it's another confirmation to taking this sell right here. And also, this is a red, green, red, green, red. So we have 3 confirmations for taking this trade, even though this is late retest, right? So it really depends on the trader and what you see on the chart. For example, if you don't see any confirmation, and this is only the QM confirmation for taking this, don't take it, okay? What we're trying to do is having the best possible winning ratio. We're not trying to gamble or we're not trying to trade based on the luck, all right? Can you use the trend lines as confirmation as well? Hell yes. You can use the trend line as the confirmation as well, and it's pretty strong confirmation for a QM to work out, okay? Look at this. Can you count on the trend line confirmation for this Q? Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Let's say this is the QM, and now the market is here, and you also have the trend line as well. And previously also it was a QM. This is the most highest win rate possible for QM setups, okay? So you can have the trend line as well for the confirmation, all right? So let's go to the next example. Okay, do you see any QM here? Just pause the video and answer the question. Do you see any QM here? Yes, you see. So The first one, right here. See that? Comes up here, and then boom. The second one, right here, comes up here, and boom. Are they fast retest or late retest? They both are fast retest. We have another QM here. Can you see that? We have another QM here. Can you see that? Yes, you can. This is a QM. This is also a QM. Okay? You see that it's reacted from here one time, and now we are waiting for price to come down here to react from here as well. We also have the seller's entry as a trend, so if we can combine and the price is going to come here exactly here, if you know the pace is pretty nicely coming down and it lining up with this buyer's entries trend line and this QM, and also if we have the higher time frame confirmation as an engulf, we can take it this trade for sure. Okay, imagine having a trend line as well. That'd be sick. Okay, this is another example of QM. Now look at this. Do you see any QM here? Just pause the video and look for QMs. Okay, look at this. Is this a QM? ABC to the downside. We broke the previous swing, and now boom. Is this a fast retest or late retest? It's pretty fast. Okay, what about this one? Is this a fast retest or late retest? That's pretty obvious. It's a late retest QM. What about this one? Came here, you know, bounced for 2 or 3 minutes. Is this a fast retest or late retest? It's pretty fast. Okay, it's pretty fast. Okay, now look at this example, guys. I was thinking of an idea to show you the 1 minute time frame and the 3 minute time frame at the same time, and then I came with this idea of playing them side by side. Okay, so it means that we have same chart here, which is gold in this case. It doesn't matter which chart is, we just need a chart. Okay, it doesn't matter which chart is. It can be Euro USD, it can be AUD CHF. Okay, it doesn't matter. The only thing matters is this is 1 minute time frame and this is 3 minute time frame. Okay, so as you'll remember, we will look for setup at 1 minute time frame, and then we will look for confirmation, which is an engulfing pattern, okay, at the higher time frame, which in this case is 3 minute time frame. Okay, so now I will play them together and you will see the both setup and the confirmation at the lower time frame and higher time frame. Okay, so please focus on both of them and see how they move. I will play it again if you missed that, if I missed that, or if you missed that, but please focus. Okay, so look at this. Let me just okay, now I played that. You see that we are going up here, we don't see any setup, and this is a 3 minute. Okay, it's coming down. Okay, it broke this. We have this QM. Hold on. Oh my god. All right, so now it's interesting. Look at this. This is a QM setup, right? And what was the confirmation? An engulfing pattern. Do we have the confirmation? Yes. Do we have the setup? Yes. Where's the setup? The setup is at our entry. All right, so now let me adjust this one a little bit. Okay, now look at this one. Let me just look at this. If I move this box, it also moves at this other chart, so it means that it's same chart and they are basically related to each other. Okay, now look at this engulfing pattern. I will play this one by one. Okay, I will play this. Okay, now look at that. Okay, you see that? This is why we're taking a confirmation for our setup. Okay, now you have an idea why is that. Do you remember, like, if you flash back to the episode number 4, I guess it was 5 or 4, I don't remember, but we were talking about the patterns, and I told you that every single concept in this course, they are related somehow to each other, okay? And now you will understand why I say that. Do you remember how many type of engulfs did we have? This is the good one, right? And now, if we want to take an engulfing trade on this chart, and forget about this one. If we want to take a trade on this chart, is this a takeable trade? Yes, it is. Is this the same trade as this QM level at lower time frame? Yes, it is. So basically, this QM right here is happening inside of this engulfing pattern. Okay? Is that clear? Now I think you have an idea what's happening, okay? So let's just play it. Okay, that's very interesting because if you look at here, we have another setup, one of those, you know, we have another advanced setup here. This is called SPR. This is what you will learn after the QM setup, so please don't confuse. Yeah, I just saw that. I thought it's better to tell you. So look at this. This is SPR, okay? You will learn that. Don't worry about that. So I want to show you that the 3-minute time frame of this setup, okay? Of this setup. Look at this. What is this pattern? This is an evening star, right? So based on the patterns, based on what you learned at the episode number 4, is this trade takeable? Is this candle takeable? If you forget this chart? Yes, it is. So is this trade basically the same SPR trade at the lower time frame? Yes, it is. So we have also confirmation for this setup. So basically we have 2 setups, high win rate setups, back to back. Can we add more confirmation? Do you remember the trend lines episode? This is the trend line, okay? This is the trend line. And you have the trend line confirmation as well. You already know how to draw your trend line and different conditions, right? All right. So it's pretty clear that that's why, you know, I'm asking you to, I know you're probably so interested to just start trading on real market as soon as possible, but please trust me and learn all the concepts, all the methods, everything, and practice. Let that information sink in. Then you will move on to the real market. So please take your time, okay? Take your time. I'm not gonna let you go to the real market yet. So, you know, we have to practice first and learn everything fully, and then you will slowly start, you know, doing it yourself, okay? So yeah, that's it. Let's go back to the slides and let's go to the next. I think we're gonna go for yeah, let's go to the next setup. I think we're gonna go for no, we're gonna go okay, so let's go back to the slides and we're gonna go to the next topic. For now, we just understood how what the higher time frame confirmation is as an engulf, and then we had the 1 minute. We have set up on 1 minute. We have confirmation at the 3-minute, and now how we can have the best optimized entry as grand entry at the lower time frame. Okay, so we are analyzing the market multi time frame. Okay, that's pretty tough. Please listen to this part carefully. Okay, now it's time to learn how to have a very precise entry at the lower time frame. I call this grand entry. You can call it whatever you want. Okay, it doesn't matter. So as you can see, it has 3 steps, basically taking any sort of, you know, setups you will learn in this advanced market structure episode. You can apply these 3 steps to all of them, okay? It's not always about QM, okay? In this example, I'm showing you the QM, all right? So the first thing, you have to see the setup, right? So we have setups time frame for in the 1 minute time frame. And you see that the price has been coming up, and all of a sudden, as you all know now, we broke the previous swing here. So we have the QM level activated, right? So we draw the QM level just like this. Easy, right? So now we need to go to this step number 2, which is higher time frame confirmation. All right, higher time frame confirmation will happen in 3 minute time frame usually. All right, so you already know how it is, right? So in order to have the higher time frame confirmation, you should have this QM forming inside of a 3 minute time frame engulfing pattern. So patterns also came into this game. Okay, so all the things are basically related. Okay, now we got the confirmation. What is this step number 3? Step number 3 is having a precise entry when the price comes up here. The precise entry is going to be happening inside of this zone, okay? If this is the shoulder, of this QM, the precise entry is going to be here. All right? So let's see. You see that? This is the setup happening inside of this engulfing pattern. So we got the step 2 higher time frame confirmation. Now it's time to go for step 3. Step 3 basically will happen in 30, 15, 10, and 5 second like a time frame. You will go, switch the time frames until you find the entry, and I will tell you what it is. So now this is the same zone as this one. This is the same zone. Since we have been going to the lower time frame, it seems bigger, right? Because we are in the lower time frame now. So it's the same zone as this, okay, as this. So if you go to the, for example, if this is 15 second or 10 second or 5 second, time frame, and this is the same zone, we will look for supplies here, okay? And now you have to flash back to the previous episode, which we talked about the basic supply and demand, all right? So the basic supply and demand right here, as you'll know, is this one, right? So we're going to draw the supply and just wait for the price to come up. So if you draw this, you can switch to 1 minute time frame again, so you can see the candles remaining time as well, or you just can wait and the same time frame as, it doesn't matter what time frame you're waiting, you just have to have this zone drawn and see it on the chart. Eventually the market will come up, okay? The candles will come up. It might have a reaction from this QM's shoulder because it's already, a very nice entry, right? We are trying to enter at the precise entry. So it can have a reaction from this, and it might even start dropping from now and you miss this. Okay, it's also possible. So you shouldn't go mad about that, right? But we're still gonna wait for this to come up. Okay, this candle is coming up, we are getting ready, and boom, it does a shadow, and from the next candle, it starts dropping. So where is going to be the entry? The entry is basically on this shadow. And since this is lower time frame, the trade is going to basically close, I don't know, somewhere down here, right? That's how you find your, I will show you live market example. Don't worry about that. Whatever setup I show you, I also give you examples of that on the live chart, so don't worry about that. So now you have an idea about detecting the setup, higher time frame confirmation, and lower time frame entry. So what if we don't have a proper supply at the lower time frame? None of that. Okay. For example, if you don't see your proper supply in none of these time frames, then you just don't take the trade. That's it. That's simple. If you don't see this engulf at the higher time frame, then you don't take the trade. Okay? If you don't see the setup at the 1 minute time frame, then you will not have a trade. That's very simple. So now at the higher time frame, it's gonna look like this. So if you take your trade right here, your entry is going to be exactly right here at this rejection, and the candle is going to close down here, and your trade and the lower time frame is going to close down here. And for 1 minute also, you will have a couple of candles down here. All right, this is going to be the setup, and this is how it looks. I will show you a lot of examples. Don't worry about that. But the thing about this is when you understand the market movement and basically combine it with the basics of market structure, and supply and demand and patterns and the trends, and strong and weak level detection and strong and weak candles detections and breakout trading and doji breaks and 5-second confirmation and all that stuff, if you store them in your mind and have them and basically try to play with this puzzle with all the concepts you have learned, you will have crazy results. That's guaranteed, okay? So now, let's go. I'm going to show you a very nice example on the live freaking chart. Let's just go to the chart right now. Okay, so let's find some examples on the live chart for you. Oh, okay, so we got this QM level right here. If I open the pen. Okay, come on, boy. All right, so I open my pen, and now you see that this is a QM, right? This is so obvious that you're gonna have a reaction from this QM level. Okay, so now let's check for confirmation. Let's mark the entry first like this. This is the entry, and now we're gonna go to the 3-minute time frame for checking the confirmation. Okay, you don't see the confirmation at the 3-minute time frame. You don't see any engulf. But if you go to the 5 minutes, you will see the engulf. Okay, so this is another point. When you have, when you don't see your confirmation on 3 minutes, you can go for the 5 minutes, but don't go more than that, okay? Because that way the setup is going to be bigger, okay? Because the market is moving in layers. For example, this is 5-minute chart, right? Again, you see another QM level. So if you want to confirm this bigger QM, you can check the higher time frame, okay? You can check the higher time frame, which we don't see engulf right here, okay? But now we are focusing on the 1 minute QM, okay? So this is the 1 minute QM right here. We want to check if we can find a precise entry or not. Let's go to 30-second. Okay, and 30-second, we see this doji right here. So this is the first entry we can have on this. Let's change the color to blue. Okay, so now let's go even lower. Let's see if we can find more optimized. And yes, you see this rally, base rally right here. As I said, the market is basically moving in layers, and everything is perfectly lining up when it comes to market's movement. Okay, so now my entry is going to be at this the red box. Okay, so this is a QM. So we find the entry at the lower time frame, we check the confirmation at the higher time frame, and now we're just going to wait for market to come down. Okay, let's wait. I will take a couple of trades for you, and this is another QM. You see that? You can check it for the confirmation. Oh, this is 15-second. So let's just wait for this one to come down. I know that it's going to react it from this area first, but finally it will come down, okay? Let's see. I will take 2 trades on this setup. Yes, it's coming down. This is the 30-second doji, okay? This is the doji as first rally, base rally. It might react from here and then go up, but we prefer to have the best possible entry, okay? Okay, it's coming down. Okay, it's reacting from the QM's shoulder here. Let's see. Yeah, it's reacted exactly from the green area. Okay, we are getting reacted from this, but it hasn't touched the red zone yet. We're trying to be super concise, super precise, okay? Otherwise, we would enter at this green area. So, okay, I will enter right at this green area. Let's see what will happen. Let's see if we're going to win this trade. Look at this entry. That's crazy entry. But if you compare it at the lower time frame, it's a logical entry, okay? It's not a bad entry compared to the lower time frame. All right, let's see what the result's going to be. But you know, if this candle was touching this red area, that would be amazing. I know it's going to be winning trade, okay? It's not a bad entry. But if you're looking at the 1 minute chart, that looks a bad entry, okay? But yeah, this is also the 5-second confirmation. I put my trade right after that. I could put my trade right after this inverted hammer because it's a reversal sign. But you know, I'm looking for this green area. Okay, normally it would come down, but you know, at this example, it little played with us, no problem. We'll just wait and see what will happen. Okay, it reacted exactly from the shoulder, but you know, it would come down. So let's see if there's any other. Oh, there's a QM. You see that? We can also check that, but let's see if we're gonna have the entry here. All right. For example, if this candle comes and closes here, that's gonna be amazing. But I didn't do that. Okay. So let's check this QM. Let's see if we have the confirmations at the lower time. Oh, coming down. Let's go. I entered right here. Okay, at this red area. Let's go to the 15 second. I want to show you the importance of the right supply and demand. Okay, this is the demand right here. And I entered exactly at this red area. Okay, let's see. Okay, so there are 15 seconds left. This candle should be green. All right. And if you go to the 1 minute, you will see that how beautiful it's going to close above that. Okay, that's it. There we go. Okay, so I want to check this right here for you, this QM right here. Let's go to the, let me just make this somehow. Okay, let's go with yellow. Let's check the confirmation in the 3 minutes. Oh, do we have an engulf? This is a beautiful confirmation, and we have the engulf. Okay, so basically we have this QM. You see these shadows? These are all for a reason. Okay, we have these shadows like this. Look at this. And then we broke this swing with this engulf, and then the market's gonna come up, and then boom. Okay, this is basically the formation for the QM. Okay, as you remember at the first episodes, I told you that the market, how the market actually moves. Okay, please also study the basic market structure. You will understand it better. Okay, so here let's look for lower time frame entry. I see our trade was here, bro. That's so, I mean, that's beautiful. The market's movements is so beautiful if you pay enough attention to detail. All right, for now we have this one. Look at this. For now we have this one. Let's go with this color. Let's go to 10 seconds. Let's see if we have better entry. Okay, another one right here that has, you know, better entry. Basically, we are looking for an entry closer to the shoulder. Okay, if this white area is the shoulder at the 1 minute time frame. Okay, if the white area is the shoulder at the 1 minute time frame, we want the closest entry at the lower time frame to the shoulder. Okay, so this is the closest area. Basically, the trade is going to be taken somewhere here. Okay, so if we're going for 1 minute, or let's see.